Hi, hello, my lovely 어른이들. Today we're going to talk about design thinking and personal innovation. Let's get to it. The term design thinking has been around for a really long time. However, it's become a big issue, not like a bad issue, but a very famous and popular thinking process that a lot of companies are implementing into their product development, consulting, and so on. For me personally, I implemented it to the process of creating my creative thinking journal. The design thinking process can be divided into 5 steps. Empathize first, and really relate to your clients or your target market, see what their needs are, and really explore what it is that they really need and want. The next process or the next step is to define. You need to define and narrow down what the problem is, or if there's no problem and you have a product, you got to make sure that this product can provide the actual needs and fill those needs and wants of your clients or your potential target market. The next step is to ideate. Now, idealizing, brainstorming, and coming up with different solutions and ideas is great, but during that process, you really have to write down everything and gather all the information and research that you possibly can. Whether it's good or bad, it really doesn't matter because something good might end up being bad later on, and something you thought was bad could end up being something good down the road. The 4th step is to create a prototype. For me, creating the prototype of this creative thinking journal was very, very difficult at first. I didn't know whether to provide lines or if I had to provide guidelines or if I had to write something on each and every single page. I really didn't know what to do. But when I tested the prototype, which is the last step of the design thinking process, I figured out I can kind of tweak everything and the little tiny aspects of this prototype to make sure the needs and wants of my clients and myself are fulfilled. Now, I actually had to go back to the beginning because my test failed. I had to go through the whole process again: empathy, define, ideate, prototype, test, and then I failed again. So I went back again and did the whole process again for the 3rd time and came up with my final product. When this product came out and I finalized everything, it fulfilled everyone's needs, and it also gave me the satisfaction as the product developer. Right now, a lot of companies are implementing this design thinking process to everything they do within their company. Personally, you can also implement it to your personal life. If you have somebody or colleagues or your children, your spouse, your friends, whoever, think about the things that you want from them and the things that they want from you. Now, personal implementation of the design thinking process is a little bit different than when you're creating a product. You think about empathy. How much common ground do you have with this other person? And then you have to define. In this process, define your relationship and make sure you go through the reflecting process of how your relationship has been maintained. Then ideate. What you do is you come up with ideas that can make this relationship stronger. Are you really listening to the other person when they're talking? Are you really interested in what they're saying? Are they responding back to your ideas and the things that you are saying? Come up with different ideas that you can use to really make this relationship valuable and maintain it, because, you know, relationships are very important in life. When it comes to personal innovation, the prototype and test part kind of merges together. And what you do is you test it out to the other person. See if you can take your ideas of maintaining your relationships with other people and what you can do to improve and what comments you can throw at them or what things you can say to them that'll make your relationship better or maintain it well. Personal innovation just doesn't mean developing yourself so that you become a better person or that you succeed and make $1 million and $1 billion. It could be implemented in that direction with your personal branding, personal innovation, and, you know, having a very sustainable life. However, if you apply it to the relationships and your social skills, it makes it a lot more valuable valuable than you think. If you're interested in design thinking and personal innovation, I suggest you read this book. 오늘도 행복하고 즐거운 영어 하세요. I'll see you next week. Bye! 여기 커피 맛있네.